So I've been getting asked a lot of questions lately about my services, about branding and all of that. So I went ahead and wrote down my most frequently asked questions. I put them in my little titty pot I made, and we'll be going through these here together. But first, before we do so, if you're new here, my name is Hunter Myers. I am the face and mind behind Verdure Design Co. and your brand's wingwoman in finding business success. I work with bold founders, helping them build magnetic brands that sell with confidence and clarity. And here on this channel, I treat branding a little bit like dating because both require chemistry, commitment, and a killer first impression. Now, speaking of first impressions, I want to make sure that I'm answering all of your guys' questions for you as quickly and easily as possible, which is why, like I said, I put them all here in this fun little titty pot. I'm going to be pulling them out one by one and answering them for you here. So let's go ahead and just dive in. Will this actually help me raise my prices or book better clients? Okay, will branding actually help you raise your prices and book better clients? The answer to that is yes. By showing up professionally, and professionally, I don't mean buttoned up in corporate, right? Like I just showed you guys my titty pot and keep saying the word titty. You're like, is this even professional? But having a professional appearing brand, working with a professional to build that will help you build credibility in your niche. I want you to think about the last time you saw two products, one that looked a little more where the brand was kind of handmade and one where the brand looked professional. You oftentimes and most likely trusted the brand that looked more professional. You considered it more legit and you were more likely to purchase from them and also pay a higher price for that item. So the psychology behind branding is what will help you raise your prices and find better clients. But that is only if you build a strong strategic brand, which is something that I help you do. Okay, this is truly my most frequently asked question. Are you ready? How do you say your business name? Let's address it right here. So it is spelled Verdure. I have gotten so many different pronunciations of it, but to make this super easy for you, it is pronounced Verdure. So I want you to think of the word merger, M-E-R-G-E-R, and just replace the M with a V. Verdure. Verdure Design Co. That is truly my most frequently asked question. Okay, how long does a rebrand take? So this is really going to depend on what your specific business needs. So I have a number of different packages that I offer, but they're all really tailored to your specific needs. So I have seen rebrands take just a couple of weeks. I've also seen them take months depending on the specific client. If you are needing a brand sooner rather than later, I highly recommend reaching out to me as soon as possible. We can get you on the books, get a deposit made, so we can start getting you prepped, planned, and ready. And know too that the faster you make decisions, the faster I can move as your designer and strategist as well. But again, this one, it's going to vary based on your specific business and your specific needs. Go ahead and I would prep for at least a couple of months. Always, if you are thinking about rebranding, reach out as soon as possible so we can start planning and prepping accordingly. I've seen a lot of businesses be like, oh, well, I really want to launch, January 1st and it's December 15th. We've got holidays, there's lots of things that come up. So if you are considering rebranding, I recommend reaching out a couple of months beforehand so we can start getting you locked and loaded, onboarded, ready to go. Okay. What if I'm not design savvy? Well, fortunately, I am. But if you are not design savvy, don't worry. I am here to help you along this process. I can build you templates within Canva as well. I'm very familiar with Canva. I build all of your branding in professional programs, but again, I'm more than happy to build you templates and things in Canva. We can work that into your package just to make this as easy as possible for you. It is okay if you are not design savvy. My process is built to work for people who are not design savvy. So I am design savvy. Consider me your design savior here. I will help you go through this process that you are comfortable, but so we are also creating something that is not just effective for your business, but is something that you can also still use. I love this pot so much. Okay, how much should I budget for branding? This is a really good question, and it is going to depend on what you need. My packages start around the 5,000 mark and go up from there based on your business's specific needs. But what I recommend doing is start setting money aside each month for a rebrand. So when you start your business, oftentimes you are DIYing it. Start setting a little bit of money aside from each bit of income that comes in so that you can then use that later to pay a brand strategist and designer to build a brand for you. Like I said, mine start at 5,000. I'd recommend saving anywhere between 5,000 and 15,000, depending on your specific needs. Something that I do, so I've got an account with Bluevine. They offer high yield savings accounts. And so I put money into those and earn interest every month on the money that I'm setting aside. I highly recommend you do that as opposed to put it on a credit card. I would rather you earn interest as opposed to pay interest. So again, looking at probably that 5 to 15,000 mark, depending on your specific brand needs. What is the process like? Actually like. Okay. So this is a really fun one because I like to have fun. And so I have built my process to be as fun as possible for my clients. We do a lot of collaborative visuals together. I also want to make it easy for my clients because quite frankly, you guys are doing so many things on your own. I am here to take the design and branding part off of your plate, not to add a whole bunch more to it. So we hop on a lot of calls. It may seem like I'm interrogating you, but we're just going to get really, really close on these calls, okay? Like I want to learn all about you, your business, who you're trying to target, what your story is, all of that. So we really start with that strategic foundation. Then we'll go into the design phase. I've got a process set up for us to build a collaborative mood board together. And this is really, really good for people who aren't quite sure how to verbally communicate what they're looking for, but can pull together pictures. Like I love puzzles, and this collaborative mood board is honestly probably my favorite part of the entire process because I'm getting to see all of your ideas together in one place and then get to curate them for you so that we can tell the story that you are really destined to be telling in your brand. So we do that. We go through a number of revisions and conversations there. We'll go into the logo design process as well as picking out your color palettes and fonts. Again, there's a lot of back and forth that happens here. It is my goal to make sure that we are creating something that you feel really, really good in, but is also there to attract the people you want to be working with. If you wind up needing additional materials, let's say you've got a package that has some marketing collateral, once we develop out the brand, once we've solidified everything, we'll shift over to there. If you've got a website that you want built, we'll do that too. But really the first parts are just me getting to know you, getting to know what styles you're interested in, and helping you direct this brand where we want it to go. What elements do I need to create myself versus have professionally done? Okay, so this is really going to depend on your specific needs. I can create just about anything for you, and if I can't do it, I've got someone in my network who can. I've worked with web developers, I've worked with messaging strategists. Like I have spent the last 5.5 to 6 years building a network of people who can serve the people that I serve. Now, this is also going to depend on the phase of business you're in. If you are just starting out, I definitely recommend that you DIY things for a while until you know who you are trying to target and also until you have figured out like a service or product that people are willing to buy. I would not recommend investing in a professional until you've gotten those two things figured out. If you are someone who is kind of design savvy, I've also worked with customers and clients where I've developed the brand for them, then handed it off, and they've done all of their graphics from there. So you can have the brand professionally done, you DIY anything moving forward, any marketing materials. I've also worked with clients where I did everything. So I designed the brand for them and then did all of the marketing collateral for them. So it really is whatever you specifically want, but I am here to assist you in any way I possibly can to make this process as easy for you as possible and to make sure that you're successful with your new brand. Okay, do I need a full rebrand or just a refresh? This is also a really, really good question. And I've got a video addressing the difference between a rebrand and a refresh. So I will link that here as well. But here's the deal. We'll got a crash course it, okay? If you are looking to completely change a lot of what you're doing. You're going to target someone new, you are changing your story, you are maybe under new management, maybe you've bought a company and you want to make some changes and adjustments there, you want to change your name. That is going to be a rebrand project. It's going to be so much more. Now, I will say that when I talk about branding and rebranding, it is all one big umbrella, but a rebrand technically is going to be a much more in-depth process where we are changing a lot more about the business than just the visuals. A refresh is really just updating your brand visuals that say, hey, like I've been in this for a while. I feel pretty good about like my messaging and where I'm going, but I just need a new look. It's like my clothes aren't fitting me anymore. That's more of a refresh. And you can do that with your messaging as well. So it really, though, is going to depend on your specific needs and what your specific goals are. If this is a question that is kind of sitting with you, reach out to me. We can have a one-on-one conversation about it, and I can help you figure out which route would be best for you. Okay. Will you push me creatively or just do what I say? I'm going to tell you right now, I don't like just doing what people say. It is why I left the corporate world and now run my own business where I get to make my own rules. But at the end of the day, like my goal is that you like what we are creating. But I will tell you right now, if you are looking for someone who is just going to do what you say, so is more of a monkey as opposed to a strategist, I am not the person for you. I am here to help you think strategically about the brand that you are building and make sure that each individual piece we put into this business puzzle is designed to move the needle for you. And so if I have a specific opinion on something that I have presented to you, I will push back on your pushback there if I really do feel like, hey, this is really, really important. There is a reason we are doing it this way. Again, at the end of the day, you do get the final say. Okay. So I will not like, I'll push a little bit and I'll be like, hey, but if you're really like, no, like this is what I want, we can do that. But I also want you to take into consideration here, you are hiring me for my expertise specifically and my strategic thinking. So I highly encourage you, if you are thinking about working together, to be really open to the conversations and the ideas that I bring to the table as well. Like I said, I am damn good at making sure we build something that you feel really good in. But if you are looking for someone who is just going to do exactly what you say to do, I am not your person. There are plenty of designers out there who can do that for you. You can check Fiverr, Upwork, any of those places, but I am a strategic partner for your brand. And so I will have opinions and I will have ideas and I will push back creatively in this process to make sure that what you and I are building together is the best it can possibly be. Okay, what happens if I don't love the first draft? This is a-okay, all right? Like you are not going to love the first draft of everything you ever receive. Like, look, I'm a picky bitch, okay? And there are a lot of nitpicking and things that I do, especially in the design realm when someone else is making something for me. So it is like, I then understand that there are other people like me as well. Like it is okay to not like the first draft. What I need you to do though, is really get specific about the things that you don't like. So when we have our revision phases, this is an opportunity for us to dive really deep into the things we like and don't like. What is not okay is, it just doesn't feel right. Like we've got to work on communicating better than that. And I can guide you through it. I'll ask you questions. But really like the first draft, I always tell my clients is we're just throwing spaghetti at the wall. We are seeing what sticks. We're seeing, okay, what did we like here? What did we not like here? Let's iterate from there. So no worries. If you don't like the first draft, you will not hurt my feelings. This is my job, is to take feedback. So all good. We will work together to get you something that you do really, really well. Okay. I don't know if I'm ready for a rebrand. Is my business too early? Is it too messy? Anything like that. And I'm going to try to give you guys some signs that you may be ready for a rebrand or a brand refresh, because I get it. Sometimes we're not quite sure, like, is this the right time in my business? Should I focus on something else? Should I just kind of stay where I am? This has gotten me like this far. Will it get me farther? And so I want you to be thinking about or kind of examining your business in this way to see if you're ready for a refresh. Number one is, are you experiencing friction in the sales process? Like, are people getting to your website, getting to your socials, and being like, I didn't think this was going to cost that much, or, oh, like I thought that you did something different. If there is confusion between your audience and you, that is a sign to work with a strategist, whether it is a brand like identity designer, a brand strategist, or a brand messaging strategist. And again, like I've got those in my network. I can connect you with who you need to be connected with, but that is one of the signs. Number two is that you don't feel confident in your brand. If you don't feel good in it, I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to be showing up in it the way that is going to best serve your business. And I know this because I have been there. My goal in working together with my clients is to give you the confidence in the way that you are showing up and the way that you look. I think of it kind of, I kind of consider myself the Hitch. I don't know if you've seen that movie. It's got Will Smith in it, for businesses. Like, I am here to help you show up in your best way possible to attract the people that you want to be attracting. And confidence is a really big part. One of the other signs is that you feel like you have just outgrown the brand that you started with or the brand that you were at. We get into business and we grow so much in those first couple of years, and we continue to grow over time as well. But in those first couple of years, I'll oftentimes see a lot of businesses whose expertise has outgrown the way that they are currently presenting themselves in business. And so that is another really good sign to reach out, and we'll figure things out and start this kind of branding and rebranding process for you. There are a number of other signs too, but these are the really, really big ones. But what I want you to take away from this is it is never too messy or too early to reach out and have a conversation with me. I am here to guide you to whatever the best decision is for your business. Sometimes that's working with me. Sometimes that's holding off and working with a messaging strategist first, or holding off and finding a business coach. Like I said, I've got a number of people in my network who I can direct you to give you what you need to get you to that next level in your business. My goal is for you to be successful. And so it is never too early or too messy to reach out to me and have that conversation. I am here to help you as best as I can. Okay, what is the difference between a brand designer and a brand strategist? So the way that I'm going to describe this to you is a brand strategist is going to be looking at the brand as a whole. A brand designer is going to be focused mostly and oftentimes solely on the visual brand identity. Okay? A strategist is looking at the whole picture, how this is going to play into your sales, how it plays into your messaging, how it plays into everything you are building in your brand ecosystem, whereas a brand designer is focused really intensely on the visuals of that process. Now, I do both. So I'm a brand strategist and brand designer, so you won't have to worry about which one should I need. I always recommend, especially if you are taking your business very seriously, to work with a strategist, because it will help make sure that what your designer is creating is pointing you in the right direction. And so even if you wanted to work with a different brand designer, if you've got someone whose style you really, really love, but wanted to do strategy first, you can always still reach out. I love the brand strategy side of things. Like I said, I love puzzles. I love putting things together. I love stories. And so that is another way that I can help you if you've got a designer who you're already really excited to work with. But you want to make sure that what you are building together is pointing you in the right direction. Okay, what if I don't know what I want? If you don't know what you want in your brand, that is okay. Honestly, it kind of makes the process a lot more fun because we do a lot of discovery together. Like, my process is designed to help flesh out of you what you are looking for. What I need you to be certain on and know of is what it is that you plan on selling, why you are in business in the first place, and who you help. You don't have to be crystal clear on these things, but you need to have a pretty good idea, because that's going to guide a lot of what we're doing. And again, my process is very kind of interview heavy, so we'll talk through a lot of this and you'll be surprised how much you actually know. You just don't know how to put into words. Do I really need strategy? I feel like I kind of answered this in one of the other questions, but the answer is yes. Please, when you are making decisions in your business, do them strategically And branding is one of those decisions. It is a big decision in your business. It is a very front-facing decision in your business. It is something that will impact not just your customers, not just you, but any employees that you wind up bringing on. Like, please make sure it is strategic. We are not here just making things pretty, okay? Like, if I wanted to just make things pretty, I would just be decorating my house. I want to make your business successful, and strategy is a really key part of that. So do I really need strategy? Yes. Yes, you do. Okay, do you do messaging too? So my background is in English and sociology. I've got decades of design and art experience, but I went to school for English sociology. Having said that, I no longer do copywriting and messaging, but I do have a number of phenomenal messaging strategists and copywriters in my network who I refer to clients all the time. So what I would recommend that we do is we work together, we do some strategy together, figure out, okay, who would be the best fit for you? And I can find you a messaging strategist that will fill that gap that you have. So I do not do messaging myself, but I have so many connections who we can just tailor to you specifically based on your brand and your needs. What if I'm not good at articulating what I want? So this is kind of similar to the what if I don't know what I want, or what if I'm not design savvy, don't know how to talk about it. The reason that I have so many different kinds of steps in my process, so we've got, the interview, we'll be talking, but I also have like the visual mood board development and the inspiration boards that I have you build, is because I can learn a lot about what you're looking for, not just in the words that you're sharing, but in the images you share with me too. I'm very good at finding patterns. I'm very good at finding through threads. And so it is okay if you're not good at articulating what you want. I will help you find it. We will move through it. But what I do need is for you to be good at articulating what you don't want. So if I show you something and this is like, yeah, no, this is a hell no from me, then I need you to communicate that. You will, like I said, not hurt my feelings. Obviously, don't be rude, but you won't hurt my feelings. I am here to help you discover this. So it is a-okay if you are not good at articulating what you want. This can still be a very successful process. I have worked with a number of clients who weren't necessarily great at coming up in the beginning and be like, this is exactly what I want, or no, I want you to do this and this, but we were able to find it through my process. I have designed this specifically for non-designers so that I can help you guys with the skills that I have, which is finding those patterns, building the stories together, communicating, listening as well. So have no fear. If you are not good at articulating what you want, no worries, we will make it work. Alrighty, those were all the questions out of the Titty Pot today. I am sure that over time I will have more questions that come up, and so I'll make sure that I write them down. We'll do another one of these. If you have a question that I didn't answer, go ahead and put it in the comments. I'll make sure to hop in, add it to our next drawing of frequently asked questions here. If you liked this content, please hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the little bell icon for notifications. If you are considering doing a brand refresh, doing a rebrand, or if you have questions based on what I talked about today and you're like, I'm still a little on the fence, but I'd love to talk to you, my inbox is open, my DMs are open. I am happy to hop on a call with you and chat through more about what rebranding can look like for your business. Again, I'm Hunter Myers. I'm so excited that you listened through this video and you're here with me. I will see you again next time.